In absolute seriousness, guys, getting these dances to work is a very sensitive thing to do, so please listen very carefully to what I say through this entire video so you don't end up really screwing up your game. I should be able to answer any questions you might have in this video. That being said, let's get into it. First off, I didn't even know something like this was possible on console, but it is. You can make yourself or any NPC dance in Skyrim on Xbox with these mods that I'm going to be talking about with you. Unfortunately, there isn't just one single mod that you can download and have access to a whole bunch of dances. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's not difficult for semi-experienced modders and people with some patience. Each dance is a separate mod and you can only have one enabled at a time, otherwise you'll encounter issues. The good news is all of these mods that you need to download all come from one guy, RSV2. So essentially what you need is laid out by him right here. He tells you exactly what you need and the order that they should go in your load order. The first two listed files are both required for every single dance you want to try. I'll say now, I will link the required mods in the description like always, but apparently these mods have an issue showing up in your library on console. Even though I saved RSV2's mods to my library, they did not appear when I got on my console. Apparently other people have had this issue too. You will probably have to search up these mods on your Xbox using the search feature in the mods tab. If you search for DS Lite and you scroll a little bit, you should see most if not all of RSV2's dance mods. The first one you need is this file right here. This is the DS Lite main ESM file. This mod should automatically insert itself towards the top of your load order when you install it, but if not, that's okay. Just make sure it's above the rest of the mods that we mentioned in this video. The second file is the DS Lite database file. Make sure this is below the main ESM file, the first one that we downloaded. After you had these two mandatory mods installed, now you can choose what dance you want to try. RSV2 has a good selection of dances. These are clearly marked with the words Dance Pack. Most of the dance packs have a short video showing you the dance if you want to watch it on BNet. Pick a dance or two that you like and download them. Make sure that all of the dance packs that you download go below the two DS Lite files that we have already downloaded. The order of your dance pack mods don't really matter because you can only have one of those installed at a time anyway. If you have more than one enabled, you will only be able to perform the dance that is the lowest in your mod order. It may cause some glitches too, I'm not entirely sure because I just followed the mod author's guidelines. The fourth thing on the load order is a dance camera preset. This one is actually optional, but it can be pretty enjoyable. These camera presets can just add a little extra vibes to your dances, something that isn't seen hardly ever on console. There are a few camera presets to choose from. If you'd like to try one, download it and make sure it goes below the dance pack. Alright, you've got your dance mod installed. Now let's talk about basic functions and how not to break your game. I already put this on screen, but I'll say it again. Make sure you create a clean save before you download and install these mods. Really, these mods are a blank canvas for your creativity. Upon installing the mods, you'll instantly receive new spells added to your alteration section. These new spells can easily be found because they have DS in front of them. These spells include Choose Dancer, which can be cast onto NPCs, and this will allow you to select which NPCs you want to dance. You can select multiple NPCs to dance. I never tried more than 5 because I didn't want to push a console, but if you're feeling lucky, you can add as many as you'd like. Every time you add an NPC, you'll be informed of how many dancers you currently have selected. You can choose yourself, which will of course add you to the current dance group. Dance Start will make everybody in your current dance group start dancing. Disband Group will deselect anybody that you had added into the dance group so that you can start all over. And the final option is the settings, which of course will be quite important. Casting the setting spell unveils a lot of options, and everything can be explained here on one of RSV2's mod pages. I always turned on the 4 options on the first page. The first one, toggling collision, is necessary for being able to fully move around when you're observing a dance. The fourth option is only necessary if you chose one of the additional camera presets. I'm not sure exactly the importance of the second and third choices. I don't claim to be an expert on this mod, I'm just telling you how I got it to work. You do need to turn on options 1 and 4 for sure if you are using a camera preset. The second page of options shows 4 more options. Option 5 can be turned on if you want to teleport to the dance hall when you start your dance. If this option is left turned off, your dancers will all collectively dance where you're standing upon starting the dance. I would not touch option 6 at all due to the warning the mod author gives of changing clothes being impossible to undo. It's supposed to change the dancer's outfit, but I'm not sure exactly how to work it, and I'm not willing to try. Proceed here at your own risk. Option 7 asks if you want to enable the loading screens that the mod adds. That choice is entirely yours. And option 8 is for custom camera presets, but from the way the mod author talks about downloading and unpacking BSA files, it sounds like this feature only works on PC, so it's best for Xbox users to just leave it off. Once you're happy with your settings, go hunt some NPCs and make them dance. Apparently, it will be pretty common to have dancers not totally in sync when they dance with each other, as you can see here. This is apparently an issue with consoles and the way they process the dances. Just don't expect everything to be perfect when you're on console. My dance squad for Gangnam Style were in sync, but even so, Braith quite wasn't lined up where she was supposed to go through Mila's legs right here, so sometimes you might have things like that. The biggest disappointment to these dances is making yourself dance. Even if you have a dance preset installed, you are locked into just looking up and down if your character is dancing. I wanted to get a wide shot of Thor, but was forced to remain close. If you're dealing with a PC, then you wouldn't have this issue. So this is the best advice and crucial tips that I can give you from my experience messing around with this mod. To end a dance, you need to cast the start dance spell again. If your character is dancing, you can switch to first person to cast your spell again. Keep in mind that the dance may not stop immediately. It could take up to 20 seconds for it to stop, so be patient and don't start mashing buttons or bring up your settings menu. This could freeze your game and force you to restart. Tip number 2, whatever you do, do not save your game while you or any characters are mid-dance. This could totally destroy your game according to the mod author. Tip number 3, to switch dances, make sure that you don't have any dancers currently dancing. Go to your mods menu, disable your current dance, and enable your new dance. Piece of advice number 4, if NPCs have their weapon in their hand when the dance starts, they'll keep it in their hand. If the NPC is a follower, you can avoid this by starting the dance, then quickly putting away your weapons. Tip number 5, when using a camera preset, do not move after starting the dance. Doing so could mess with the alignment since the game is actually using your character's view during this time to move the camera. Tip number 6, even if you don't have a camera preset, use the toggle collisions option because it allows you to move freely in the air and you can still get some pretty cool angles. Tip number 7 is a big one for content creators. The dances do include music that will play with your dance. Most of these songs are copyrighted, so I can't play them here, and you should drown them out if you plan on making YouTube or any other type of public content with them. This is a fun mod to play with, just have patience and do things the right way so you don't end up harming your game. I feel I was pretty thorough, but if you have additional questions, drop them down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful and consider subscribing for more console modding content. As always, thank you guys for watching. Slayer, signing out.